Let me start with something almost no one talks about. Some children don't grow up feeling unseen. They grow up feeling measured. Measured against a sibling, a cousin, a neighbor's child, or even an imaginary version of themselves that never existed, but was constantly described to them. As adulthood begins, the child who was always compared does not leave that experience behind. They carry it into relationships, work, ambition, and even rest. Because comparison didn't just teach them how to perform, it taught them how to relate. In friendships, they often become the reliable one. They listen deeply, show up consistently, and give more than they ask. But beneath that generosity lives a quiet fear. If I stop adding value, will I still matter? People admire them, but admiration is not the same as being known. In romantic relationships, comparison shows up in subtle ways. They struggle to believe they are chosen for who they are, rather than what they provide. Love feels conditional even when it isn't. They read between lines that don't exist and measure themselves against imagined rivals. The nervous system learned long ago that connection can be taken away, so the heart stays alert. At work, the pattern becomes stronger. They overwork not out of passion, but fear of being average, invisible, or left behind. Achievements bring relief, not fulfillment. The mind immediately asks, what's next? Rest feels unsafe because comparison never rests. This creates a specific exhaustion, not physical, but existential. The feeling of constantly running without knowing where the finish line is. Many people who grew up compared become highly capable, emotionally aware and adaptable. But these strengths were forged under pressure. Choosing feels risky. Decisions feel like tests. Outcomes feel tied to worth. There is also a complicated relationship with failure. Some fear it deeply. Others sabotage success just before it arrives. Exposure feels dangerous to someone who grew up being evaluated. Failing early can feel safer than being judged later. Another quiet cost of comparison is the loss of internal motivation. When a child grows up focused on outperforming others, they lose touch with intrinsic desire. They become skilled at what is rewarded, but unsure of what they actually enjoy. They may succeed on a path they never chose and still feel empty. Because fulfillment requires alignment, and comparison disrupts alignment. Healing begins not with confidence, but curiosity. What do I actually like? What feels meaningful to me? What values feel steady even without applause? At first, these questions feel uncomfortable. There is no scoreboard, no feedback, just presence. But presence is where identity lives. Comparison is a learned reflex. You can notice it without obeying it. You can enter a room, feel the urge to measure, and gently return to yourself. The body holds comparison too. Raised shoulders, tight jaws, shallow breath. These are signs of vigilance. Learning to relax is not laziness. It is relearning safety. Healing also brings grief. Grief for the child, who had to earn love instead of receive it. Grief is not weakness. It is integration. One of the most powerful shifts happens quietly. You stop asking, am I better than them? And begin asking, am I being true to myself today? And unlike comparison, that question has no enemy, only direction.